everybody, and welcome to Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. We are live for the OFA Blue Devils and the Massena Red Raiders. I'm Jamie Davis. Well, it's a game that everybody looks forward to all season long, both in Ogdensburg and here in Massena. Tonight, well, what's at stake for these two teams? Both teams coming into this contest at 4-2, but the one thing that's at stake here in tonight's game is the playoffs begin next week. Home field advantage. Who's going to get it? Well, the winner of this contest will decide that. The winner will host the first round in the playoffs, either Massena or Ogdensburg. That is the easy part of the playoff picture. Now, the rest of the playoff picture in the NAC looks like this. No matter what happens tonight, the Watertown Cyclones will host a first-round playoff game one way or the other. Now, the Gouverneur Wildcats, on the other hand, can clinch the Northern Athletic Conference title by winning tomorrow against the Canton Golden Bears. Now, the Malone Huskies are still in the hunt, along with Potsdam, for the final spot in the Tier 1 playoffs, and we will tell you more about that as we go along. A good crowd on hand, a brisk evening for football, typical fall football weather here in Massena. But the weatherman had predicted a lot worse than this earlier in the week, and, well, things turned out a lot better than expected. We are underway here in Massena. Rochford is back to receive for the Massena Red Raiders. Rochford up the middle, and he is met at the 24-yard line, where the Massena Red Raiders will take over from there, 1st and 10. Well, the Massena Red Raiders are well known for their running game. And the rushing attack for the Red Raiders has been potent in seasons gone by, and this has been another one of those seasons. Rushing leaders for the Massena Red Raiders, Jason Monticelli, 81 attempts for 558 yards. Going into this contest, just one of the brilliant backs for the Red Raiders. Ryan McCarthy on the carry, trying to get outside, and he is met immediately there. Number 42, Sean Granger, in on the tackle, along with number 41, Bill Blasco, for the OFA Blue Devils. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Massena Red Raiders. And the ball sits at the Massena 25-yard line. 2nd and 9. Handoff, Monticelli on the carry. And Monticelli finding some room and up, and definitely has the first down. So Monticelli on a good carry there as he gets the ball across the 35-yard line to around the 36-yard line. And it appears that Monticelli will have the first down. As we said, the running game, just unbelievable, the backfield that the Massena Red Raiders have had this season. The OFA Blue Devils know that, and they know that they've got to shut that running game down somehow. 1st and 10. The carry up the middle. Good for about 8 yards on the carry. Massena Red Raiders and the OFA Blue Devils live here at Mike Nicholas Field. 2nd down and 3 from the Red Raider 48-yard line. A handoff. Monticelli has met immediately there. In on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils, number 32, Tim Cook. Also John Putney, number 73, in on the tackle as you get a look at the OFA defense. Good crowd on hand here. I misspoke myself. Ball is at the Massena 44-yard line. 3rd down and a foot. Handoff up the middle. And it looks like another Massena Red Raider first down. John Rochford for the Massena Red Raiders getting the first down. So the Red Raiders are moving the ball very successfully here in the early going of the first quarter with 9:49 remaining to play. If you're just joining us, there's no score. And there is Coach Ron Johnson. And Coach Johnson is in his third year with the OFA Blue Devils. 4-2 coming into this game. His record last year, 6-1, 7-3 overall with the Blue Devils. First and 10 at the Red Raider 49. Fumble on the snap. And picking the ball up. Trying to get away is Mike Flynn, but fumble on the snap and a loss on the play of about 4 yards. So it'll be second down and 14 for the Massena Red Raiders. And there is Mike Flynn. Mike, of course, a senior. All the seniors were introduced, as they are every year traditionally at this time, their last home game. And Flynn is in trouble as a big rush by the OFA Blue Devils, and they have pushed the Red Raiders back once again. Tim Cook in on the tackle, along with a host of other OFA Blue Devils. So the Blue Devils coming alive here. And it will be third down and a whole lot for the Massena Red Raiders. About third and about 18 or 19 yards for a first down from the Red Raider 43-yard line. Flynn is back to pass. And he's able to dump it off to McCarthy, but he is met immediately by Bill Blasco, number 41 for the OFA Blue Devils. McCarthy was able to get up around close to the 45-yard line, and that is where they will spot the ball. So it'll be 4th and 15 for the Massena Red Raiders. Get a look down the sideline. The OFA Blue Devils. Good crowd on hand here as the Red Raiders will kick it away. Back to get it is Bobby Oakes. And Oakes heads for the sidelines, but he's grabbed there, and a good tackle. Coming up with a tackle for the Massena Red Raiders. It looked like number 73, Steve Gardner, in on the tackle. So the OFA Blue Devils will take over first and 10 from their own 37-yard line. We are live at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. There is no score with 7:36 remaining to play in the first quarter. Mike Fennessy at quarterback for the Blue Devils. And nothing doing there. A good crowd here at Massena, and just as we expected, it'll be second down and 4 for the OFA Blue Devils. And the handoff there, and Bill Blasco, not too much, as maybe a couple on the play. You get a look at the Massena Red Raider defense. Bill Blasco has been tough this season for the OFA Blue Devils. 62 attempts for 339 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's averaging 5.5 yards per carry for the Blue Devils. Third down and 4. Fennessy, the fake, then the handoff. Goes to number 28. And is Mark Blevins. Blevins had a stellar week last week at OFA and comes up with huge yardage and another first down for the OFA Blue Devils. So Mark Blevins pretty much picking up where he left off last week. He was a co-recipient of the Coca-Cola Player of the Game. So a big gain for the OFA Blue Devils. They're into Red Raider territory. Ball is spotted at the Red Raider 34-yard line, 1st and 10 OFA. Fennessy, the handoff, Blasco up the middle. And Blasco with good yardage for the OFA Blue Devils. And he attracts a crowd in on the tackle for the Massena Red Raiders. Number 41, Tom Lacombe, along with number 69, Mike Villeneuve for the Massena Red Raiders. 2nd down and 4. Fennessy at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Fennessy is back to pass. He's looking down the sideline for Oaks, and Oaks has it. Touchdown, OFA. Bobby Oaks on the reception, and a big one as the Blue Devils strike first, and they lead it now 6-0. So Fennessy on the pass. And the OFA Blue Devils have struck first here. They lead it 6-0 with 5:15 remaining to play in the first quarter. Eric LeHue is in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. So, with 5:15 remaining to play in the first quarter, our score, the OFA Blue Devils 7 and the Massena Red Raiders 0. And Coach Ron Johnson very happy with the way that drive went. Blue Devils moving the ball nicely. And we'll take a look at that touchdown pass from Fennessy to Bobby Oaks. Fennessy back to pass. Oaks sprinting down the sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Blue Devils strike first, and the extra point by LeHue is good, and it is now 7-0. And as we said, 5:15 remaining to play in the first quarter. Live here at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. Both of these teams coming into tonight's action 4-2. And looking to see who will host the playoffs. Should get a look at... I didn't look close enough at who that was. That was my mistake right there. Bobby Oaks getting the touchdown for the OFA Blue Devils. Oaks, 2nd in the NAC in receptions. He has 9 receptions for 131 yards, 4 touchdowns. And LeHue will kick it off for the OFA Blue Devils. Rochford gets it, drops the ball, and John picks it back up again and takes off, and Rochford making out like a bandit. And Rochford down the sidelines, and a saving tackle there by number 20, Tom Austin, or else John Rochford was headed to the end zone. So John Rochford, who is real fortunate after dropping that ball, but was able to pick his way through the OFA players and get good yardage on it and good field position for the Massena Red Raiders. 1st and 10 Red Raiders at the Red Raider 38-yard line. The handoff up the middle. And a good gain there. Gain of about 5 on the play. Here that on the carry, Scott LePage for the Massena Red Raiders. Scott's been getting the call quite often for the Red Raiders the last couple of times that we've seen them. LePage, 56 attempts or 301 yards in the NAC. Handoff, here's Monticelli. Jason picking his way through, up close to the first down and around the 49-yard line. And we'll see where they spot it. And Jason would like them to spot it right around there, and they do at the 50-yard line. So the Red Raiders pick up a first down, so they'll go 1st and 10 from the 50. 4:24 remaining to play in the first quarter. Our score, the OFA Blue Devils 7 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. But Massena on a drive here. The handoff inside, LePage on the carry. And LePage, gain of about 4 on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock ticking away down to 3:55 now remaining to play in the first. Flynn, handoff. Ryan McCarthy works his way outside. And McCarthy with a burst of speed has another Red Raider first down. So another great carry by Ryan McCarthy. Gets across the OFA 35-yard line. And they will spot it at the OFA 33-yard line. There's Bobby Oakes. Scored the touchdown. That's where we stand right now, 7-0 after LeHue put up the extra point. First and 10 at the 33 of OFA. Monticelli on the carry, tries to get around outside, and a good tackle there. In on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils, number 28, Mark Blevins. Any of the running backs for the Massena Red Raiders get their hands on the ball, all of them are dangerous when they carry it. Second down and 6 for the Red Raiders. Handoff inside. Ryan McCarthy on the carry. He's met right away there. And on the tackle is Tim Cook, number 32, also number 73, that's John Putney. So Cook and Putney have really put together quite a few tackles. Cook has 62 tackles in the NAC. He's currently in 6th in the NAC standings in tackles. Monticelli on the carry. And Monticelli up close to the first down. Today's game on Edwards Production Sports is brought to you by Coca-Cola, pure refreshment for the fans. By C&M Ford of Massena. By Kentucky Fried Chicken, Main Street in Massena. By Mort Backus & Sons, the difference a handshake can make. By Dillingham Jones and Sissel Incorporated Insurance. And by the Bears Den, Trading Post and Truck Stop. Our score is 7-0. The OFA Blue Devils over the Massena Red Raiders with 1:28 remaining to play in the first quarter. We are live at Mike Nicholas Field. I'm Jamie Davis. A brisk evening, but no rain. Or as originally forecast a couple of days ago, snow. Boy, I know how everybody cringes when they hear that word. Handoff, Jason Monticelli. So Monticelli, maybe a couple on the play. And it will be 3rd down and 10 for the Massena Red Raiders. OFA struck first, 37 seconds remaining to play in the first. Flynn at quarterback for the Red Raiders. Monticelli in motion. Flynn looking, trying to hit Scott LePage. And a big tackle there. Number 61 for the OFA Blue Devils. think that is Adam Shaver, but we are not sure positive. I see Adam Shaver along the sidelines. And we'll have to find out who the number 61 is. He's been added to the roster here. Anyways, here's Flynn, and Flynn is being hounded there. And the sack on the tackle. Tom Austin. And Tom Austin with a huge sack there. So, it goes back the other way now as the OFA Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Fennessy at quarterback. Fennessy, handoff, Blasco. And Blasco spinning his way for big yardage, and it looks like Blasco may have another first down, and he does. So the OFA Blue Devils, Bill Blasco, a big carry there. And the ball rests at the OFA 38-yard line. So the OFA Blue Devils moving the ball right along here. And that will do it for the first quarter. And our score after one, the OFA Blue Devils 7 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. Back with second quarter after action right after this. We are at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York, and our score after one, the OFA Blue Devils 7 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. And we're just underway with second quarter action. OFA Blue Devils trying to pick up where they left off in the first quarter. Scoring so far, if you're just joining us, the OFA Blue Devils struck first on a pass from Fennessy to Bobby Oakes. And then LeHue adding the extra point, and that is where we are right now, 7-0. And there is Tom Lacombe, number 41 for the Massena Red Raiders. Second down and 5. Blevins comes in motion. The ball comes to Blevins. And Blevins, great second effort there. It looked like Blevins may have been stopped for maybe about a loss of a yard, but spinning and gaining a yard, it looks like. Mark Blevins with the extra effort as he finally was brought down by number 31, Ryan McCarthy. Along the sideline, warming up, is Matt Hubert, number 7. We've seen a lot of Matt this season for the Massena Red Raiders. And apparently we have a penalty on the OFA Blue Devils as they begin to talk it over. We'll mark it off and we'll see what the signal is here. And illegal procedure called against the OFA Blue Devils, so it'll be second down, and it looks like 2nd and 10. We'll wait and see here. And that is what it will be, 2nd down and 10. There on the sideline, Coach Tony D'Agostino. And Coach wearing the number 44 tonight. I don't see any pads on, so I don't think we'll see him. 2nd and 10, Fennessy back to pass, looking downfield for Bobby Oakes once again, and Oakes has got it! And Oakes headed down the sideline, he's got one man to beat, and Oakes headed for the end zone, and finally somebody catches up with him, number 44 for the Massena Red Raiders, Anthony D'Agostino. But Bobby Oakes is on fire. And we'll watch it again. Fennessy, the fake to Bill Blasco, looking long downfield and finds his favorite receiver, Bobby Oakes. And Oakes at the 20, at the 10, and finally being caught up with by number 44, Anthony D'Agostino. A touchdown-saving grab. And the Red Raiders hold tough on 1st and 10. John Rochford in on the stop as Mark Blevins on the carry. So the OFA Blue Devils sporting a wide open game of football right here. Second down and goal from the Massena 4-yard line. Fennessy, the handoff, Blevins, and he is met again. So the Massena Red Raiders coming up tough here down by the goal line. And it looked like John Rochford in on the tackle once again for the Massena Red Raiders. 9:38 remaining to play in the second quarter. Our score, the OFA Blue Devils 7 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. And there is Mark Blevins. What a week he had last week, as many of you saw that game on TV 24. He and Bromley last week had quite a game. And the handoff goes to Blevins, and the Massena Red Raiders have come up tough here. The Blue Devils fumbling there. Mark Blevins coming up with the ball, but the Red Raiders have pushed them back. And now the OFA Blue Devils have called timeout. 9:03 remaining to play in the second quarter. Blue Devils lead at 7-0. Back after this.
Can you smell it? Kentucky Fried Chicken, now oven roasted tender roast chicken and the Colonel's original and extra crispy chicken. And how about their chunky chicken pot pies? And don't forget the fixins, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, potato wedges, and choose from cornbread, garlic bread, or biscuits. Friendly service, a convenient drive-thru, or eat in their beautiful facility. Backed by popular demand, Buffalo-style wings, hot and mild. Kentucky Fried Chicken, 232 Main Street in Massena. They do chicken right.
Live here at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. Our score, the OFA Blue Devils 7 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing on the Bears Den scoreboard. The Blue Devils on a huge pass from Fennessy to Bobby Oakes for the first score of the game, and then another big pass got him down to around the 4-yard line, but the Massena Red Raiders have been very tough here on defense. Have a field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it's good. So a big three-pointer there by Tom Austin, and now the OFA Blue Devils lead it by a score of 10-0. So Tom Austin puts the foot into it, and the Blue Devils up on top with 8:58 remaining to play in the second quarter. But a big touchdown save that helped the Red Raiders with that stand. Anthony D'Agostino coming along and grabbing a runaway Bobby Oakes, as it appeared that Oakes had one man to beat, but then Anthony D'Agostino come out of nowhere and was able to make the touchdown saving grab. And we'll take a look at that field goal once again by Tom Austin. And Tom with a 9-iron shot gets it up. Good. We would like to welcome all of our viewers up and down the St. Lawrence River who are watching us this evening on Edwards Production Sports. If you're just joining us, it is 10-0. OFA, 8:58 remaining to play in the second quarter. Important game for both of these teams, both of them coming into this game 4-2, looking for the home field advantage in the Tier 1 playoffs, which will begin next week. Tom Austin is back to kick it off. John Rochford and Jason Monticelli are deep for the Massena Red Raiders. Monticelli, and he fumbles it, but gets it right back once again. And Monticelli trying to get outside, but good pursuit by the OFA Blue Devils. The Red Raiders will take over there 1st and 10. And there you get a look at Jason Monticelli, and he is dangerous anytime he touches the ball. He's been a great asset to this Red Raider team. And Jason, a senior. And once he graduates, he will definitely be missed by this Red Raider football team. Scott LePage on the carry for the Massena Red Raiders. And Scott, we noticed, has been getting the call quite a bit here the last couple of times we've seen him. As we mentioned before, he is 2nd down and 9 for the Massena Red Raiders. Scott LePage, again, 56 attempts, 301 yards, 1 touchdown this season, and Scott is averaging 5.4 yards per carry. Monticelli in motion. Jason turns the corner and heads upfield. And a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Massena Red Raiders. Bill Blasco. Boy, he has been a great asset to this OFA Blue Devil squad. Third and 7, Fennessy at quarterback. McCarthy is in motion. And I misspoke myself. Hubert at quarterback, and he puts it up, and it is intercepted. So the OFA Blue Devils put themselves in good field position at the, I will call it the Red Raider 46-yard line is where it looks like they're going to spot it, and we'll take a look at it again. And Hubert at quarterback, I'll correct myself, and Matt is back to pass, looking downfield, and it's picked off there. The pass was intended for number 88, Nate Smythe, and he was just a little bit farther downfield than Matt had expected. OFA, 1st and 10, handoff. Here's Blevins with it. And John Rochford in on the tackle for the Massena Red Raiders, but not before Mark Blevins is able to pick up big yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the OFA Blue Devils. Clock is down to 7:18 remaining to play in the first half. Our score, OFA 10 and the Red Raiders nothing. Get a look at John Rochford. And he has had his share of tackles this season. Blevins comes in motion. Fennessy, handoff, Blasco. And Blasco is met by Ryan McCarthy. And McCarthy shook up a little bit there, but I guess he's all right. There's Bill Blasco coming into the huddle. So they will bring the chains in as it is very close to another 1st down, so they will pick the chains up and bring them in and get a measurement here. Lots of great playoff sporting action still to come here at Edwards Production Sports. Not only in football, but in soccer as well, boys and girls varsity soccer. And you'll see that action right here on Edwards Production Sports, the leader in high school sports coverage. So it'll be 1st and 10 as the Blue Devils pick up the 1st down. .648 remaining to play in the first half. And on the sideline, Coach Tony DiAgostino. Fennessy at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Blasco in motion. The pitch comes out. Blevins. And Blevins kind of at the wrong place at the wrong time as Bill Blasco was putting a block on number 35 for the Massena Red Raiders, and that was Brian McDonald. And McDonald finding himself where he wanted to be, in on the tackle. Red Raider sideline right now looks pretty intense. Second down. Fennessy, the pass. And it is complete. Tom Austin on the reception. And a great catch for Austin as he was hit hard after he caught the ball. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. From the Red Raider 36-yard line. And a whistle on the play. And maybe a procedure penalty, and yes it is. So illegal procedure called against the OFA Blue Devils. Coach DiAgostino hollering instructions to his Red Raider defense. 3rd down and 15 for the OFA Blue Devils. Here's Blevins on the carry. Mark Blevins getting back a lot of the yards that the Blue Devils lost on the penalty. Mark Blevins. And this is the 2nd week in a row. Blevins really fired up. So it'll be 4th down and a foot at the Red Raider 31-yard line. We will call it the Red Raider 26-yard line, I'm sorry. And Fennessy does not like what he sees on the other side of the ball. So he decides to call timeout. 4:24 remaining to play in the 2nd quarter. And our score, the OFA Blue Devils 10 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. Back with more from Mike Nicholas Field right after this. And the OFA cheerleaders living it up, and they really should, because the Blue Devils are up on top 10-0 over the Massena Red Raiders here at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. We are live here on Edwards Production Sports. 4:24 remaining to play in the 2nd. Fourth and about a foot for another 1st down. Fennessy at quarterback. Red Raiders were showing a blitz. They back out of it. Here is Fennessy back to pass. He is looking. And the Red Raiders with a huge rush there. And a big tackle. Number 57 for the Massena Red Raiders, John Gardner. And coming off the field, number 35, a dejected Greg Hollis. So the Massena Red Raiders have come up big here defensively. And they take over 1st and 10. The Blue Devils were 4th and a foot. I wonder where that man's maracas are. That's what I want to wonder. Or I want to know, I should say. 1st and 10. And may have been a fumble on the play. We'll wait and see. Apparently the Red Raiders still have it. So the Red Raiders fortunate enough to come up with it. So it'll be 2nd down, a loss of about 3 on the play, 2nd down and 13. Bill Blasco, number 41 there, along with his fellow defensive players for the OFA Blue Devils. A crisp but perfect evening for football here at Massena. 2nd and 13. Handoff, Monticelli trying to come to the near side here. And in on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils, number 21, Eric LaHue, and number 32, Tim Cook. Tim Cook getting his share of tackles lately in the NAC. Cook currently 6th in the NAC in tackles with 62. So the Red Raiders, 3rd and 13. Clock is down to 3:33 remaining to play in the first half. Handoff, McCarthy, little trickery here. McCarthy looking downfield, and it is almost intercepted. And the pass downfield intended for number 88, Nate Smythe, for the Massena Red Raiders. So the chicanery by the Massena Red Raiders does not pay off, and it will be 4th and 13. So the Red Raider punting unit will come on. And Bobby Oakes is dropping back deep for the OFA Blue Devils. And along the sideline, Coach DiAgostino trying to fire his players up a little bit. Oakes has it at the OFA 38. And Oakes threading the needle, and Bobby Oakes almost breaking loose. And Oakes brings it back into Red Raider territory. And the OFA Blue Devils will have it at around the Red Raider 30-yard line, where they will take over 1st and 10. 3:02 remaining to play in the second quarter. Fennessy at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Blasco in motion. The handoff goes to Mark Blevins. Blevins maybe a couple on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Mark Blevins had a great week last week for the OFA Blue Devils. We're at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. Our score, the OFA Blue Devils 10 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. I'm Jamie Davis, 2:26 remaining to play in the second quarter. Fennessy, handoff, Blasco up the middle. Maybe a gain of a couple more for Bill Blasco. So it looks like it'll be 3rd down and 5. Well, 3rd and 4 for the OFA Blue Devils. Ball sits at around the 23-yard line of Massena. Clock is down to 1:52 now and rolling along. Left to play in the first half. And we will recap the scoring for you right after this play. Fennessy with an audible at the line, but decides to call timeout. And again, there's something there that he doesn't look. So we'll take a look at the scoring as the first score of the game coming on a Fennessy to Bobby Oakes 34-yard pass. And then LeHue adding the extra point. And then the OFA Blue Devils coming back. And Tom Austin kicking a field goal after Bobby Oakes got the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line. But the Massena Red Raiders came up big defensively, pushing the Blue Devils back. And the Blue Devils were forced to kick a field goal. And Austin coming in and doing that, and that is where we are now at 10-0 as Bobby Oakes would have been off to the races, but Anthony DiAgostino coming up with a clutch grab and stopping Oakes from going in for another OFA touchdown. And that is where we stand right now at 10-0 with 1:36 remaining to play in the first half. So it will be 3rd and 4 for the OFA Blue Devils. Fennessy, the handoff. And a huge tackle there. The handoff going to Greg Hollis. And a big tackle there for the Massena Red Raiders by number 89, Marty Thomas. There is Marty Thomas. Even though the Blue Devils are up 10-0, the OFA Blue Devils have still had a tough time with this Massena Red Raider defense when they have got down inside the Massena 30-yard line tonight. Fennessy, handoff, Blasco, and a hard hit there. In on the tackle, number 43, Andy Thomas, showing no compassion for his fellow football player at all on that hit. So the Red Raiders will take over on downs, 1st and 10. So again, the Red Raider defense coming up big. There's Ryan McCarthy, Massena Red Raiders. Crowd is a funny one tonight, kind of filtering in here. We expected a rather large crowd. Anyway, no matter where these two teams are in the standings, huge rivalry. Hubert back to pass. He's looking and almost picked off there. Jason Monticelli was the intended receiver, but Tim Cook came flying across for the Blue Devils, almost getting it. And Matt Hubert getting some instructions there. Get a look at Matt. Massena Red Raiders, more well known for that running game and not so much as their passing game, but Matt Hubert has kind of opened that door a little bit this season, as we've seen him pass a number of times. And Hubert going long downfield. Both Ryan McCarthy and Pat Carey were headed down the center of the field, as Hubert really unloaded one there. So it must be, heard me talking about him in the passing department. And good coverage by the OFA Blue Devils on that. But that stops the clock. 42 seconds remaining to play in the second half. 3rd down and 10 for the Red Raiders. Hubert, the handoff, the draw play. And Drew Wonke on the carry. That is, I think, the first chance we've had a chance to see Drew Wonke this year. So Wonke on the carry. And it will be 4th down and about a yard, a little less than a yard, for another Red Raider 1st down. Clock is stopped at 33 seconds left to play here in the first half. Red Raiders trying to assemble something here, at least try to get on the board before the end of the half, as they are down by a score of 10-0. And they are just shy of that 1st down, as they wanted a measurement, and they're looking at about a foot. Some of the crowd here at Mike Nicholas Field enjoying our game, along with you at home here on Edwards Production Sports. Fourth and about a foot for another 1st down, but they're going to kick it away. And the kick, and the Blue Devils almost blocked that. Bobby Oakes looking like he'll let it go. We'll wait and see, and Oakes picks it up. Bobby Oakes, and Oakes with some slick moves there and a fumble. And I think Oakes was looking to see if there was somebody behind him he could toss it to. And Coach Tony DiAgostino in disgust with his hands up in the air, as that will do it for the first half. It has been a wide open ball game, to say the least, here in this first half, and our score at the end of the half. The OFA Blue Devils 10, And the Massena Red Raiders, nothing. Today's game is brought to you by Coca-Cola, pure refreshment for the fans. And by C&M Ford of Massena. By Kentucky Fried Chicken, Main Street in Massena. By Mort Backus & Sons, the difference a handshake can make. By Dillingham, Jones & Sissel Incorporated Insurance. And by the Bears Den, Trading Post and Truck Stop. We're at the half here at Mike Nicholas Field. Our score, the OFA Blue Devils 10 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. We will be back with second half action. Stay with us. We are live here at Mike Nicholas Field on Edwards Production Sports TV 24. And our score at the end of one half of play, the OFA Blue Devils 10 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. We are very happy to have you along with us. As we said, live here at Mike Nicholas Field. And a very hearty welcome to all of our viewers up and down the St. Lawrence River to NAC football. Both of these teams 4-2 coming into this game tonight. And this is a big game for both of these teams because I'm sure they both would like to have the home field advantage. As you saw Mike Fennessy along the sideline warming up, getting ready for this second half of the OFA Blue Devils. The scoring in the first half, 34-yard pass from Fennessy to Bobby Oakes. Oakes run it in for a touchdown, and then the extra point was added by LeHue. That made it 7-0, and then the OFA Blue Devils come storming back once again. A huge pass to Bobby Oakes and a touchdown-saving tackle of beauty by Anthony D'Agostino. And the OFA Blue Devils were down to the 4-yard line and unable to get in. In fact, they were pushed back and had to settle for a field goal by Tom Austin. And that is where we are now. Ryan McCarthy will kick it off for the Massena Red Raiders. And back to receive, Mark Blevins and Bobby Oakes. It'll be Oakes. And on a reverse, he gives it to Mark Blevins. And Blevins is down the sideline. And Blevins may go all the way. Mark Blevins, touchdown, OFA. Mark Blevins, who has had an outstanding past couple of weeks, goes in for the touchdown on the kickoff return, and it is now 16-0 Blue Devils. Blevins, I believe, caught that ball at around his own 20-yard line. We'll have to wait for the official announcement, but this could be an 80-yard kickoff return by Mark Blevins, but on the reverse, Bobby Oakes gives it to Blevins, and Blevins comes to the near sideline. And in a sprint, gets into the end zone, and it is now 16-0 OFA. And it looks like the Massena Red Raiders may have called a timeout. What a run back by Mark Blevins. On the reverse and the handoff on the kickoff. So you get a look at the OFA Blue Devils. And there is Coach Ron Johnson, and he has got to be thrilled after that, and he is. And I'm sure there are a lot of jubilant fans in Ogdensburg right now after that run back by Blevins. Tom Austin will try to make it 17-0. And the snap is fumbled, and going down rather quickly, number 60, Adam Shaver, the holder. And we have penalty flags all over the field. We'll see, it may be a procedure penalty against the OFA Blue Devils. And we'll wait and see what the official sign is. Watch again on the replay. Ryan McCarthy getting set to kick it off, and the kick comes to Bobby Oakes, and Oakes says, "No, Mark, you take it." And that is exactly what Blevins did as he romped down the sidelines, and they're not going to get him at all. Ryan McCarthy, closest one to him, and just like that, OFA 16, and the Red Raiders nothing. So, the OFA Blue Devils now will kick to the Massena Red Raiders. John Rochford is back, along with the number 21, Jason Monticelli, for the Massena Red Raiders. And we are at Mike Nicholas Field, live here on Edwards Production Sports. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of Northern Athletic Conference football, the final game of the regular season for both OFA and Massena. And both teams are vying at this point in this final match of the regular season to see who will get the home field advantage next week in the playoffs. Tom Austin will do the honors for the Blue Devils. Monticelli runs up, tries to grab it, it hits right at his foot. John Rochford picks it up. And John, once before tonight, was able to get big yardage by something like that happening. But not there. As Rochford brings it out to around the 35-yard line, so the Red Raiders not making out too badly on that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. They spot the ball at the 36-yard line. And there, looks like Aaron Fryatt of the OFA Blue Devils. I believe he was right in on the tackle. Hubert, handoff, LePage. And LePage maybe a yard on the play for the Massena Red Raiders. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Red Raiders. Joe Binion in on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils. 11:13 remaining to play in the third quarter here at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena. 16-0 OFA. Scott LePage again. LePage rolling for a pickup of about 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And number 32, Tim Cook, in on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils. Cook getting his share of tackles in there tonight. 3rd and 5, Red Raiders at their own 45. Hubert on the option, gives to Monticelli. And Jason brought down by number 75 for the OFA Blue Devils. That is Josh Powers in on the tackle. Loss of 5 on the play, so it'll be 4th and 10 for the Red Raiders at the 35-yard line of Massena. And there is Mike Fennessy on the sidelines, and he has had a cannon for an arm tonight. He and Bobby Oakes have hooked up a couple of times for big yards and a touchdown. Red Raiders will kick it away. A high kick. Oakes is back to receive it. Oakes gets it at his 35, and he is collared by number 41, Andy Thomas. Well, excuse me, number 41, Tom Lacombe for the Massena Red Raiders, and Lacombe with a brutal tackle there to bring down a tough Bobby Oakes. You get a look at Tom Lacombe of the Massena Red Raiders. Tom tackling with authority there. John Caulfield along the sideline, number 51 for the OFA Blue Devils. 1st and 10 Blue Devils. Handoff, Bill Blasco. And Blasco across the 50-yard line, a fumble, but the OFA Blue Devils able to keep the ball as Bobby Oakes comes up with it. And Oakes is headed to the sideline, and coming in is number 10, Ben Killian for the OFA Blue Devils. Ball is spotted at the Red Raider 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 7. All sorts of people here watching tonight's game. There's Tim Cook and John Caulfield. The OFA Blue Devils. Fennessy, handoff up the middle. Bill Blasco carrying players with him. And Blasco across the 45. And they spot the ball at around the Red Raider 44-yard line. And there's some fans attending this game tonight. Not too bad a night for football, really. If you look at the weather, the way they forecasted it in the beginning of the week, I don't think we'd have this many people here. They were calling for a rain and snow mix around Wednesday. But fortunately enough for us, Mr. Weatherman has decided to give us a beautiful evening for football. Handoff. Rick Bromley on the carry. Rick had a great week last week. As you remember here at Edwards Production Sports against the Malone Huskies. And there is Andy Thomas. Andy Thomas, another great asset to this Massena Red Raider team. And boy, real close. Really close. Boy, are they ever looking at that. And it's a 1st down. And boy, I'll tell you, it's a good thing that football's as long as it is. OFA Blue Devil 1st down. Ball is spotted at around the Red Raider 42-yard line. And there is our score if you're just joining us. 8:06 remaining to play in the 3rd. OFA 16. And the Red Raiders nothing. Fennessy a quarterback for the Blue Devils. Fennessy, the pitch comes back. Here's Blevins on the carry. Mark Blevins trying to get out of the room. And Blevins maybe picked up about 4 or 5 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. John Rochford on the tackle for the Massena Red Raiders. Bobby Oakes comes out to the near side for the Blue Devils. Fennessy is back to pass. He is looking for Oakes, and Oakes has it. And he's in for a touchdown. And for the 2nd time tonight, that same play has paid big dividends for the Blue Devils. And Oakes carries it in for 6. So the Fennessy-Oakes combination hooking up big here for the Blue Devils. And Oakes with a huge smile on his face. I don't think can believe it himself. And that makes it OFA 22 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. And Tom Austin is on to try to make it 23-0. The kick is up. And it is no good. So, the score will remain 22-0 with 7:06 remaining to play in the third quarter here at Mike Nicholas Field. And we are live here on Edwards Production Sports, and we hope you're enjoying our game between the OFA Blue Devils and the Massena Red Raiders. So, the combination of Fennessy and Oaks again for a touchdown, and we'll take another look at it. Almost a mirror image play of the first touchdown scored in this game. Fennessy, long, Oaks, and he is in for the touchdown. Bobby Oaks, his second of the game. And a big smile on his face, and that makes it 22-0 as the extra point was no good. And Tom Austin will kick it off, and there is Bobby Oaks. I had a chance to see Bobby in the beginning of the season at McDonald's in Ogdensburg, and one of his teammates was making fun of his haircut. And I don't understand that one bit. He is doing so well. Told Bobby, I'm not going to make fun of your haircut at all. Monticelli now. And Monticelli on the run back up across the 16-yard line and is met immediately. So Jason Monticelli on the run back. Here's Jason. Jason coming into this game third in rushing in the NAC. 81 attempts for 558 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 6.9 yards per carry for the Red Raiders. Our stats, courtesy our statistician, Bob Latterly. He has helped us out big this season. Handoff, Monticelli. Jason trying to find some room, fumble, and it's picked up by none other than Bobby Oaks. And Oaks again will score. Bobby Oaks picking up the fumble and running it in, and Oaks is having a field day out there. And we have a Red Raider player down at around the 25-yard line. There's Bobby Oaks. And I don't know who the player is that is down on the field. But the OFA Blue Devils sting like a bee again. And it is now 28-0 Blue Devils. And they are attending to the player on the field. There, look at the player that's down. We don't actually know who that is. We'll wait and see. Coach Tony DiAgostino over there, along with 2 or 3 others, the Red Raider trainer as well. So we have a break in the action. 6:50 remaining to play in the third. 28-0 OFA. Back after this. Looking for a brand new or used vehicle? C&M Ford is the dealer to buy from. The overall experience of purchasing a vehicle from C&M Ford is sure to be a satisfying one. Our excellent sales staff will help you choose the proper car or truck to fit your budget. And the service department will keep you running through the use of a well-trained technical staff and state-of-the-art diagnostic tools. Also, don't forget C&M Ford's full-service body shop, which can help you keep your investment looking new. Our body shop can handle all collision damage repair as well as glass replacement. So for total satisfaction before and after the sale, stop into C&M Ford, East Orvis Street in Massena. Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York, and our score The OFA Blue Devils 29 and the Massena Red Raiders nothing. And the player that was down was Jason Monticelli. He was able to get up and go off under his own power, and he has the helmet off and is standing along the sideline. So apparently Jason is okay. That's good. And there is Coach Ron Johnson smiling up a storm out there, and he should be. 29-0 Blue Devils. And Bobby Oakes has had 3 touchdowns in this game, 1 on a fumble recovery and 2 touchdown passes from Mike Fennessy. And there is Bobby Oakes. And yes, sir, he is also smiling up a storm down there, and he should be. So Tom Austin will kick it off for the OFA Blue Devils. And as you can hear, the Blue Devil crowd getting right into it. Austin will kick it off. And it's way downfield and back to receive for the Red Raiders, number 25. That is Steve Grady. So Steve Grady on the return. And one of the first looks we've had at Steve Grady. And we'll get a chance to take a look at that touchdown by Bobby Oakes. Bob in the right place at the right time. Here it is again. Fennessy, the handoff to Jason Monticelli. And Monticelli being hit from behind hard. And Bobby Oakes picks it up and goes into the end zone for a touchdown. As you can see, Bobby Oakes had 2 players hit him at the same time hard from behind. The ball squirted loose, and Oakes just happened to be there and picked it up and ran it in. 1st and 10, Red Raiders. And the handoff goes to John Rochford. Rochford on the carry. Gets up close to the 25-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Massena Red Raiders. 6:26 remaining to play in the 3rd quarter. We are live here at Mike Nicholas Field in Massena, New York. NAC football. Both of these teams, the Red Raiders and the Blue Devils, as we said, coming into this game 4-2 in the NAC. Handoff. McCarthy trying to find some running room. And Ryan McCarthy with a good run. And McCarthy will pick up the 1st down as he is across the 30 out to around the 33-yard line of the Red Raiders. So Massena on the move now. And McCarthy does pick up the 1st down. So ball sits at the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10, Red Raiders. 5:45 remaining to play in the 3rd. Rochford on the carry. John trying to find some room. Maybe a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down. As the clock continues to roll here in the 3rd. 29-0, OFA on top. Hope you're enjoying our telecast here on Edwards Production Sports. I'm Jamie Davis. It has been a wide open football game, to say the least. And the Red Raiders trying to put some points on the board here. Hubert at quarterback. McCarthy in motion. Hubert, little delay, back to pass. And the pass was intended for number 85, Scott Hubert. Already this season we saw the Hubert and Hubert combination hook up for a lot of yardage. And a couple of games back. So it'll be 3rd down. Going to look at some of the OFA coaching staff along the sidelines. There's our score on the Bears Den scoreboard, 29-0 OFA. Hubert on the give and go. Drew Wonky on the carry, and Wonky, haven't seen much of Drew Wonky this year, but Drew getting a workout in this game. And Wonky with big yardage will pick up the first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 44-yard line. Nice crowd on hand here at Mike Nicholas Field. Crowd that's been, well, pretty much filtering in since the first quarter. McCarthy in motion. Handoff. John Rochford. And not much there. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play for the Red Raiders. Tom Austin in on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils. And there is John Rochford. John has been an outstanding player for this Red Raider team this year. And John dangerous in kickoff returns this season. 13 returns for 290 yards. Handoff there, Drew Wonky again. And Wonky on the carry. A big game for Wonky, and it will be 3rd down, and it looks like about a yard and a half for another first down. So Drew Wonky with a couple of good carries there. Ball sits in OFA territory now at around the OFA 47-yard line. Handoff. Wonky on the carry. This time, Wonky draws a crowd. In on the tackle for the OFA Blue Devils. It looked as if Tim Cook was in there along with John Caulfield. So they will measure for the first down. Looks like they're just a little short of it. So they will be bringing the chains in. Coach Ron Johnson, the OFA Blue Devils. And he's got to be pretty happy right now with this performance by his Blue Devil team. And first down. So Red Raiders and Drew Wonky fool me. And it's another Red Raider first down. So 1st and 10 from the OFA 46. Clock is running with 3:15 remaining to play in the 3rd quarter. Matt Hubert and his Massena Red Raiders trying to get something going here. Rochford comes in motion. The give is to Rochford. And good pursuit by Mark Blevins. And Blevins brings Rochford down for a loss. And that will march the Massena Red Raiders back to around the 46-yard line. And it will be 2nd down and 18 for the Massena Red Raiders. Brian McDonald coming off the field. Greg Hollis coming off the field for the OFA Blue Devils. Massena Red Raiders, 2nd and 18. Handoff. And Ryan McCarthy trying to get back some of those precious yards that were lost, and gets a few of them back. It'll be 3rd down and 14 for the Red Raiders. Clock is now down to 1:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Big 3rd down play here for the Red Raiders. Hubert at quarterback. Hubert is back to pass. He's looking to the sidelines for Jason Monticelli, and Monticelli has it. He will fall short of the first down, but Monticelli picked up some big yards there. It'll be 4th and 6. And Jason Monticelli back in the ball game once again. So Monticelli shaking off the injury and getting right back in there once again, and that's good to see. 4th and 6, number 88, Nate Smythe reporting in for the Massena Red Raiders. Red Raiders continue to talk it over. And Matt Hubert says, let's call a timeout and talk this one over. So breaking the action, 49 seconds remaining to play in the third. 29-0, OFA back after this. Ryan McCarthy in on the reception as we're back again live here at Mike Nicholas Field. The Red Raiders decided to go for it. Hubert on the pass to McCarthy. He will fall short of the first down. So the Blue Devils will take over on downs with 41 seconds remaining to play in the third quarter. We hope you're enjoying our telecast here on Edwards Production Sports, and we will continue to bring you great ball sports action as the playoffs soon will begin in both soccer and football. And we will have playoff action for you here on Edwards Production Sports. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Bromley came in motion, but the handoff goes to Bill Blasco, and Blasco, with second effort, gets up close to the 50-yard line, and more than likely they will mark it at the 49. Tonight's game on Edwards Production Sports is brought to you by Coca-Cola, pure refreshment for the fans, by C&M Ford of Massena, by Kentucky Fried Chicken, Main Street in Massena, by Mort Backus & Sons, the difference a handshake can make, and by Dillingham Jones and Sissel Incorporated Insurance, and by the Bears Den, Trading Post and Truck Stop. 29-0 our score. Clock is down to 19 seconds remaining to play in the third quarter. Handoff, Bromley. And Rick Bromley is met rather suddenly there. Maybe a loss of about a yard on the play. So that'll be 2nd down and 11. Ryan Dubray in on the tackle. And that will do it. So we have played 3 quarters of football here at Mike Nicholas Field, and our score: the OFA Blue Devils 29 and the Massena Red Raiders 0. Back with fourth quarter action right after this.
Can you smell it? Kentucky Fried Chicken, now oven-roasted tender roast chicken and the Colonel's Original and Extra Crispy Chicken. And how about their chunky chicken pot pies? And don't forget the fixins, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, potato wedges, and choose from cornbread, garlic bread, or biscuits. Friendly service, a convenient drive-thru, or eat in their beautiful facility. Backed by popular demand, Buffalo-style wings, hot and mild. Kentucky Fried Chicken, 232 Main Street in Massena. They do chicken right.
Fourth quarter action just about ready to get underway here from Mike Nicholas Field. We are live here on Edwards Production Sports and on the Bears Den scoreboard. OFA 29 and the Massena Red Raiders 0. And a rather nice evening, if anything. Now, I know this might be hard to believe, but it appears to have warmed up just a little bit. It might be me, though. So don't take my word for it and run outside and say, what is he talking about? But it appears to have warmed up just a little bit out there. Nothing like the weather we expected to have, but hey, we are not complaining. 2nd down and 11 for the OFA Blue Devils to kick off this fourth quarter of action. Blasco comes in motion. Fennessy is back to pass. And he was looking for Bobby Oakes, and this time Oakes not quite getting down the sidelines fast enough. He had Ryan Dubray with him. Dubray trying to keep pace with Bobby Oakes. Pair of fives over there. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 for the OFA Blue Devils. Up at the sidelines of the Blue Devils there. Fantasy at quarterback. Bromley comes in motion. And the handoff goes to Mark Blevins. And Blevins is stacked up, so the Massena Red Raiders with some big defense here. John Rochford in on the tackle, along with number 35, Brian McDonald for the Massena Red Raiders. There has been some good defense by the Massena Red Raiders tonight. The score may not reflect it at 29-0, but they have come up with some, big standoffs here, I guess you could call it. 4th down and 5 for the Blue Devils. And they will kick it away. Brian Dubray will drop back along with John Rochford. Bad snap there. And trying to get rid of it just the same as Austin. And it goes out of bounds and around the 45-yard line. So Tom Austin frantically trying to get rid of it. And we have a Red Raider player that's down on the field. Mark Blevins goes over to see if he's all right. And Red Raider player down. Get a number on him. Looks like he's trying to get up. Maybe number 51, Frank Kutsa-Korea. And Frank is still down. We have a break in the action. 10:54 remaining to play in the ball game. 29-0 OFA. Back after this.
Oh, yeah.
You frozen yet?
Just the surface. You?
A little soft in the middle.
We're cracking up back here, boss.
I'm frozen first. I'm frozen down in front.
Anything but Coca-Cola and we melt.
I love it. Give me that Coca-Cola.
Hey, nice ceiling fan.
That's Coca-Cola!
Ooh, that's it.
I'm just gonna float around and soak this up for a while.
Delicious.
Frank Kutsa-Korea was the player that went down, and he is walking off the field under his own power, and that is always good to see. Appeared maybe Frank had the wind knocked out of him or something there, but he was able to get back up and get off the field. Don't forget, at the end of tonight's game, we will be announcing the Coca-Cola Player of the Game. And you at home can play along with me and guess who it's going to be, right? Sure you can. Change at quarterback. Corey Flynn is in at quarterback now for the Massena Red Raiders. Drew Wonky on the carry. Wonky a pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And Drew Wonky getting the call quite often here now. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. As we mentioned, Corey Flynn at quarterback for the Red Raiders. Flynn, the handoff. And Wonky with a burst of speed. Drew Wonky coming up with a big carry, a huge carry. Gets it down to around the other side of the 20-yard line. A big carry by Drew Wonky. And it'll be 1st and 10 Red Raiders. So Wonky quickly becoming a factor here on this drive for the Red Raiders. Handoff this time goes to Brian McDonald on the carry. So the Red Raiders putting together a good drive here. 9:49 remaining to play in the 4th quarter. Second down and 5. Corey Flynn at quarterback. Drew Wonky on the carry, and Wonky draws a crowd. And Wonky, it'll be third down. And a couple on the play. And you get a look at a rather happy sideline of the OFA Blue Devils. And Mark Blevins standing there, number 28. Third and 2 for the Red Raiders. Handoff, Wonky on the carry. And Wonky up close to the first down. And then that may bring up fourth down. And an official's timeout, and they will take a measurement with 8:23 remaining to play in the fourth quarter. So a few changes for the Massena Red Raiders as Corey Flynn comes in at quarterback. Drew Wonky in the backfield, along with Brian McDonald, number 12 Wonky, and number 35 McDonald. And Drew Wonky with quite a carry there, 2 or 3 plays back. So it'll be fourth and about a foot for another Red Raider first down. Ball rests just inside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the OFA 8-yard line. So fourth and a foot. And penalty flags come flying in. We'll wait and see whether OFA was offsides or whether they were drawn offsides. And apparently the Blue Devils are offsides. So 5-yard penalty there. That will help the cause for the Red Raiders. Official gives the word. And that, I believe, is Mr. Almazian. And he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I believe, over at SUNY Canton tomorrow. Excellent. Congratulations to him. Handoff. On the carry for the Massena Red Raiders, Anthony D'Agostino. And if you'll remember, back in the first half, he made a touchdown-saving tackle on Bobby Oakes, who looked like he was a sure thing for the end zone. Oakes has already got 3 touchdowns tonight, but D'Agostino coming up with a huge save on one of them. A look at John Caulfield, number 51 for the OFA Blue Devils, along with number 35, Greg Hollis. Second down and goal for the Red Raiders. Wonky. Touchdown, Red Raiders. So Drew Wonky has really opened things up here for the Massena Red Raiders, as he has had a number of good carries in this drive, and one of them for a touchdown. So that will make it 29-6 on the Bears Den scoreboard. The Red Raiders coming up with the touchdown from Drew Wonky. And on to kick the extra point will be Ryan DiCarlo. Dubray on the hold, DiCarlo on the kick, gets up, and it's good. So a pair of Ryans hook up for the extra point. And the score, the OFA Blue Devils 29 and the Massena Red Raiders 7. Back with more right after this.
Dillingham, Jones & Sissel is a family-owned and operated insurance business that's serviced the community of Ogdensburg for over 100 years. We offer a full line of insurance coverages through many national companies such as Allstate, USF&G, Royal, New York Casualty, and Selective Insurance Company, to name a few. Stop by and see our friendly staff at 402 Ford Street, Ogdensburg, or give us a call at 393-2190. Dillingham, Jones, and Sissel, because things happen.
Drew Wonky coming up with a touchdown for the Massena Red Raiders, and we'll get a chance to look at it once again. And Flynn, the handoff, and Drew Wonky, who can celebrate success on this last drive by the Red Raiders, a big touchdown. He also had a couple of good runs in that series. So the Red Raiders will tee it up. Ryan McCarthy will do the honors. 7:05 remaining to play here at Mike Nicholas Field in this game between the OFA Blue Devils and the Massena Red Raiders. Red Raiders are down by 22 as the ball falls off the tee. And they will try to tee it up once again. And Ryan McCarthy will step it off. And onside kick here for the Blue Devils, and it did go the required amount of yardage. So the Blue Devils will take over with good field position at their own 40, looks like the 47-yard line, with 7:05 remaining to play in our ball game. Probably the story of this game has been the two of the touchdowns hooking up Bobby Oakes and quarterback Mike Fennessy. Two of those touchdowns identical. Blevins comes in motion. The handoff goes to Mark Blevins. And Blevins carrying a whole lot of Red Raider players along with him. In on the tackle, Drew Wonky and Ryan Dubray. Dubray and Wonky hooking up here a little bit. And we have a penalty marker, two penalty markers down on the field. And it appears that the penalty is going to be on the OFA Blue Devils. .6:56 remaining to play in the game. And they will mark it off. And it is a rather sizable penalty that will push the Blue Devils back. Clipping is the call. It'll march the ball back to the OFA 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. Handoff goes to Blevins. Mark Blevins with a burst of speed gets back the yardage they lost on the penalty and then some besides. So Blevins with a big run for the OFA Blue Devils, and it will be 2nd down and 6 for the OFA Blue Devils, and they spot the ball, and it'll be 2nd down, and 4 for the OFA Blue Devils. So a huge carry by Mark Blevins. Eric LaHue is in at quarterback, number 21 for the OFA Blue Devils. Oakes comes to the near side. And on the keeper, Eric LaHue right straight up the middle. He gets across the 40-yard line to the Red Raider 38-yard line. So the Blue Devils on the march once again. And they pick up yet another 1st down, so it'll be 1st and 10. And there you get a look at Ryan Dubray. Halfback for the Massena Red Raiders, a junior. So we will be seeing Ryan Dubray next year as well. LaHue, the handoff. And up the middle, R.J. Fields on the carry for the Massena Red Raiders. And Fields gets the ball up close to the Red Raider 35-yard line. Second down and 9 for the Blue Devils. Garrett Wass's in the game as well. There's Bill Blasco getting a well-deserved rest in this game. Had a great game so far. Handoff. Looked like Aaron Fryatt on the carry for the OFA Blue Devils. That is who it is. So it'll be third down and about 6 for the OFA Blue Devils. Third down and about 5.5. So the Blue Devils trying to run this clock for all it's worth. Clock is down to 4:08 remaining to play in the game. There's our score, or excuse me, there's Aaron Fryatt. Our score 29-7. And comes in motion. And the handoff goes to number 24. That is Tyler Cummings in the game for the OFA Blue Devils, and a lot of Tyler Cummings fans here. You can hear them. Fans looking up here and keeping an eye on our monitor here in the booth. There's Tyler coming to the sidelines for the OFA Blue Devils. There we go. There is probably Tyler's mother down there, I think. I don't know for sure, so we'll check that out. She was the one making all the noise. Handoff here on fourth down. And on the carry that time, Aaron Fryatt for the OFA Blue Devils, and I don't believe he got the first down. So the Red Raiders will take over on downs. And ball will be spotted around the 30-yard line of the Red Raiders. Clock is down to 3:01 remaining to play in the ball game. And our score on the Bears Den scoreboard, if you're just joining us, OFA 29 and the Massena Red Raiders 7. And I'm Jamie Davis, and we're happy to have you along with us here on Edwards Production Sports, the leader in high school sports coverage. And an important game coming into this game for both of these teams, looking for home field advantage in the playoffs. Red Raiders 1st and 10 on the carry. Number 25, Steve Grady. Grady trying to find some room. And Red Raider down and getting up rather slowly. It looked to be number 35, Brian McDonald, but McDonald is up again. There's Mike Fennessy. And he has had a great game in the passing department. Had a good game last week against the Malone Huskies as well. So Mike Fennessy with a huge smile on his face. And on the carry for the Massena Red Raiders, Anthony DiAgostino. Well, the 1996 Budweiser Classic will be in Naples, Florida next week, and Edwards Production Sports will be there to cover it. We have a crew going down to cover that. We hope to have that on later in the year for you. And it is swamp buggy racing. And we know that many of you have said, well, boy, we'd like to see more of that. Well, we can do that for you. We got a crew headed down to cover that this coming week, and they're looking forward to that. And we will have that on for you later in the year, and we will let you know when that will be shown. Edwards Production Sports. When you least expect it, we come up with something different. Second down and 4. Handoff, Wonky. And Drew Wonky keeping that head down and the feet going forward. Does the job there. across the 50 up to around the 45-yard line of OFA. Clock is down to 1:24 remaining to play in the fourth quarter. 29-7 our score. Blue Devils up on top. And the clock is set in motion once again as they move the chains. 1st and 10 Red Raiders at the OFA 45. And the handoff there. Steve Grady on the carry. And Grady out of bounds on the far side. Clock is down to 56 seconds, so it looks as if the Massena Red Raiders will travel down the St. Lawrence River to Ogdensburg next week in the first round of the Tier 1 playoffs. The clock continues to tick away with 36 seconds remaining to play in the ball game. And up the middle, Drew Wonky again. And Wonky maybe into the end zone for a touchdown. Wonky with the touchdown. So Drew Wonky, who has really come on here in the fourth quarter, in for the touchdown for the Massena Red Raiders. And Wonky storming along. And that will make it 29-13. Wonky just exploding here in the fourth quarter for the Massena Red Raiders. And coming in for the point after will be Ryan DiCarlo. High snap. The pass to the end zone for 2, and it's batted away. Ryan Dubray trying to get it into the end zone, and we will take a look again at the Drew Wonky touchdown. Wonky. And it looks as if this is about a 46-yard run to the end zone. Wonky shaking a tackle there. And then the grab onto his shirt, but not soon enough. And Drew Wonky in for the touchdown. And the score 29-13. Blue Devils on top, 20 seconds remaining to play in the ball game. And the OFA Blue Devil cheerleaders celebrating on the sideline. So the Red Raiders will get set to kick it off. They will be looking for the onside kick apparently here. Ryan McCarthy, the kick. It goes the 5 yards and is picked up by one of the up men. Aaron Fryatt gets it and will hold on to it. 19 seconds remaining to play in the fourth quarter. It is amazing how many people test out their car and truck horns, as you can hear when they drive by here. This must be a test area. "19 seconds remaining to play. Our score, 29-13. And coming up immediately after the game, stay with us. We will recap the scoring in this one for you. Blue Devils, handoff there. Eric LaHue still at quarterback now for the OFA Blue Devils. R.J. Fields, number 40 on the carry. Clock is down to 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. The OFA Blue Devils will go to 5-2. The Red Raiders will go to 4-3, and both teams eagerly out to congratulate each other. And they know they will meet again next week in Ogdensburg. And there you see our final score, OFA 29 and Massena 13. And Coach Ron Johnson right there, you just got a glimpse of him, has got to be a very happy individual in this contest. He knows he's going to get a tough game from the Red Raiders again next week. And any coach will tell you that you may have a team show up that is completely different from the one you faced the week before, even if they're the same team. So our recap coming up here on Edwards Production Sports. And the first touchdown of the game, Mike Fennessy to Bobby Oakes. And Bobby Oakes, huge touchdown there. And then the field goal for 3 more points for the OFA Blue Devils, Tom Austin. And then Ryan McCarthy goes to kick it off. And who else? Bobby Oakes decides to give it to Mark Blevins, and Blevins is down the sideline, and they're not going to get to Blevins. Ryan McCarthy tries, but Blevins is in for the touchdown. And then Fennessy decides that it worked once. Let's try it again. Why not? Bobby Oakes again, just outrunning John Rochford, and Oakes gets his second touchdown of the game, the second time that Mike Fennessy and Bobby Oakes have hooked up. Then Jason Monticelli is hit hard from behind, and Bobby Oakes says, "Look what I found," and runs it in for his third touchdown of the game. Then Drew Wonke, the Massena Red Raiders come back in the fourth quarter. Wonke coming into the game scores his first of 2 touchdowns. And the handoff to Wonke, and Drew with a big stiff arm there and shakes off another tackle, and a great run by Drew Wonke for 46 yards goes in for the touchdown. And that is how it ended there. Our Coca-Cola player of the game. Who else? Number 5 for the OFA Blue Devils, Bobby Oakes. And Oakes with 3 great touchdowns. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Coca-Cola, pure refreshment for the fans. By C&M Ford of Massena. By Kentucky Fried Chicken, Main Street in Massena. By Mart Backus & Sons, the difference a handshake can make. By Dillingham, Jones & Sissel Incorporated Insurance. And by the Bears Den, Trading Post, and Truck Stop. Today, our cameramen, Gary Edwards, Chris Tabor, and Jason Deno. Our statistician was Bob Latterly. Our director was Chad Edwards. I'm Jamie Davis. So long for now. From Mike Nicholas Field, our final score, the OFA Blue Devils 29 and the Massena Red Raiders 13.